Sundowns again on the attack. Let's see what they have for this game. Like, I feel like Sundowns plays in such close proximity, man. Like, the type of passing and the type of passes you need to have when you play like that. Hey, it needs to be world class. Like, it needs to be inch perfect. It needs to be everything. And I don't know whether the Sundowns players will be able to do that on a consistent basis. Also, they haven't really created that many chances in open play, which is interesting for which is very interesting for mamelodi Sundowns, but I don't know how that fares well. We'll see what happens on Friday evening. I don't know if you Sundowns fans are still shaking, Pella. Hey, a lot of people are shaking. Oh, Trapapolo to please, Trapapolo. I think in the back of Chiefs' mind is that counter. That counter from me is Stellenbosch. And Stellenbosch's counter on transition is incredible. Oh, wow, wow. Santusha away bounce. Here we go. Wrong pass. Sundowns on the attack. Taken out. Chiefs' defense almost caught napping there. Oh, to who, guy? To who, guy? To who? He's drunk, he just wants a permanent. Chiefs must never. Tash or Tash, eh, agent? Tash or Tash? Oh. Okay. Sundowns heading over from Master Chef. Heading over, he's reminding me of Nazir before someone ended his career. Kana is Nazir being deregistered, Val? Is he still registered as one of the foreign players? Ooh, Chiefs. Chiefs. Dove's got a long day ahead of him. He's got a long day ahead of him. Chiefs, my hands are sore. That left-hand side. Is no one on the left-hand side? Is no one awake to know that the Chiefs' left-hand side is the weakness? And you can't have Santi pushing all the way up and leaving Dove alone, because Dove, at some point, he becomes tired. You start seeing him become a bit sloppy. I can't necessarily trust that Msimango is going to cover him very well. Santi, we know his defensive capabilities. Hey, guys, I don't know. Hey, I don't know. That left-hand side is going to be an issue, over and above the fact that we don't know what we're doing in attack. Okay, so he is at home. Shame, man. Nazir. Everybody was so excited when he came back. Wait, guys. So Nazir's deregistration, does it also count for CAF? Is he like essentially not a Sundowns player at all? Is that what you guys are saying? Because that sounds like what I'm hearing. Oh, look at them trying to play out from the back. No Zita. Oh, guys. I know everybody keeps saying that Zita is the safe option. I hear you. Oh, whoa, wait a second. Wait a second. Evan, wait a second. I know we keep saying that Zita is the safe option, but is he really the safe option? Like, is he really cover like that? I don't know, guys. I don't know. That boy from Richards Bay reminds me of Parker before someone. You guys are so spicy. Here we go, Sundowns. Oh, making the turn, but not being able to cut that ball back. Tash. I think I like Tash because he's a direct player. I think our league struggles for not having direct players. I think sometimes our players are overcoached or they're scared. So when you get them young and you get them still before they're all the way in the system, they have a tendency to be direct, man. So I like that directness, Gatesh, because it sometimes breaks what Rulani wants to do or what Rulani has planned and gives Sundowns an unpredictable. Oh, woo, Bruce. Hi, guys, the left hand side. I'm sorry. Does nobody, no, guys, does no performance analyst that Kaizer Chiefs go, the left hand side is an issue. And you know what's nice? On the bench, you do have Umashian. Umashian is right there. You have Njabulong Ngobo. You have a bunch of players. Okay, it's not Bruce, it was Msimang, who's captain for today. Former captain of Cheers Galaxy. That left hand side, guys. Yes, he's a Sundowns player only by contract. Shame, man. That sucks. Oh, that sucks, but I guess he's gonna get even more rehab time. Better version of Masego. Santi's a big problem. And the other problem is that they've put him with Utove, which creates two big problems on that side. Do you even have analysts? Apparently we have analysts. Apparently. I don't know, but by now, someone should have said, guys, let's fix the left-hand side. For me, rather bring Jabulong Ngobo into center back and send Dove to the left. Rather. Look at that. Make the right decision, boy. Make the right decision. Don't hold the ball too much. Where are you going? Where are you going? Agent says this is why Mbule doesn't play in these games. Very casual. Could you argue that maybe he needs to get game time? Maybe it's not necessarily casual. Maybe he's maybe it's not casual. The nice thing is that I think I'm 30 seconds behind you, Agent, thanks to dstv stream. So I just saw what you mean. But I was going to say that the nice thing about these games is that you get to make your mistakes in the PSL. You get to make your mistakes while you are... you'll get to make your mistakes while you are not under pressure. 14 games won, 4 games drawn, no losses. I mean, you have a bit of leeway. Stellenbosch is going to lose to Chiefs, and then, you know, even the closest chaser to Stellenbosch, the closest chaser to Sundowns, we're going to deal with them on your behalf, guys. Don't worry, we've got you. Isn't Sundowns back playing wide? What's happening? Unsundwana. Is he playing wide again? Yeah, look at how far he's going back to get that ball. Oh, Nkosiam, they're playing him as a winger. Our coaches love repeating the mistakes, and I know he's a friend of the show, Coach Vilakazi, but they like repeating the same mistakes. Hey, Chiefs, that Chiefs defense. Agent says he's like that. There is sloppy and there is casual. He's casual. Okay. Let's see. Stellenbosch on the attack again. Like, what's crazy is that I don't fear Stellenbosch. I don't fear Stellenbosch when they're not on transition. I don't fear them. It's not a team that scares me like that. They scare me when you've committed players forward and they catch you off guard. Otherwise, their decision making when there's no space or when there's no time, when there's more time, you start seeing that Stellenbosch nayo, man. And like I said, in case the Chiefs in the last 5 games, 30th of August last year, we beat them 2-0. 1st of April last year, we beat them 2-1. 9th of October 2022, we beat them 3-1. 28 August 2022, MTN 8, we beat them on penalties. 23 April 2022, we beat them they beat us 1-0. The last time this team has beaten the Chiefs, or indeed taken a point from the Kaizer Chiefs, was 23 April 2022. I don't think that's something that coach wants to change, or to have the record that just you're the one who couldn't beat Stellenbosch after we've beaten them so much. What I will say is that Ustav is giving us a little bit more play and connection there in the midfield. Very, very interesting. Will they use him? I don't know. Oh, Mtetwa. That's the Mtetwa I wanted, man. That's the Mtetwa I wanted. Look at how free he is when he plays against somebody who's willing to play the 1-2. I know Tebe's not the best in the world or whatever, but look at how comfortable Mtetwa looks when they play the 1-2s. Yellow card for simulation for a Richards Bay player trying to get a penalty versus Mamelodi Sundowns. I wonder where Younger is. I hear Mamelodi Sundowns gave Younger, organized Younger a bus that broke down. Ay, nyabonga. Oh! Bongile Sundowns, ukuthi nani man, senvukile man. Eh? Dark Arts of Africa, Modi just hitting the ball over there. I think Mtetwa wanted to continue his run. Wasn't given the ball. What happened to the Leslie Manyatela Golden Boot? Did it end? I'm not sure. Isn't it still called the Leslie Manyatela Golden Boot? I'm not sure. I didn't know that it changed, Justin. Ah, there's the transition. Oh, Nkosi yami. Whew, Chiefs. Oh, Chiefs. They were lucky. Msimang was actually supposed to get a card. If we're being honest. He's supposed to get a card there. Oh, Tibang there. Go Chiefs. Tibang. Hey, well, lucky Stevens couldn't steer that ball properly. The way they're breaking up our defense so easily. Now it was from the right-hand side of the defense even. Set piece, Mamelodi Sundowns headed over for a corner. Mvala. So guys, if Mvala is playing this game, does this mean Mvala is not going to play second leg versus Younger? Who's going to bleed to win that game? Sundowns corner. Here comes that break again. Be scared of Reyners. Hey, be scared of Reyners. Stevens. Did you see the pass they provided for us? All I'm saying is that well done, guys. Welcome to African football. You are now an African giant. Give them, as Velile says here, Patco passes. You are now African big teams. No more Mr. Nice Guy. What's next? What is Younger eating? Where are they eating? Do you guys have a hold on that too? Ostu, is he taking them everywhere just to make sure? Ostu Melava is a kasi, man. This is just a warm-up for Younger. Sundowns fan there. We pray doesn't play. Don't stress, OT. Dove said you guys mean business. Everybody's been saying a lot of things at Kaizer Chiefs. Vala will play. I think he will be subbed off, says Malume Kutz. Okay. So this game is just to get his just to get the blood flowing. Warm up. Oh man, I really want to see more from Richards Bay. Oh, did they make a sub already? Ooh, this Chiefs defense. Aye, man. Guys, can we have, I know I've mentioned this before, but can we have a real chat about South Africans and their attacking play? I feel like we're still relying too much on natural abilities or that the players will make the right decisions. Isn't it about time that the coaches start giving these guys direct, ooh, start giving these guys some direct instructions for how to score? Like, isn't it time that our coaches go, you know what, guys, we can't trust you guys to score on your own. We can't trust that you'll make the right pass. Let me tell you exactly where to go, because if you look at the Chiefs game right now, I don't know where Shabalala fits into all of this. I don't know where Duba fits into all of this. Dupreez is playing as a false 9, almost number 10, and that takes Duba out of the game. They're crossing the ball, and you don't know who's meant to get on the end of those crosses. Like, it feels as though they're just hoping that someone will do something on any given Sunday. Anybody can do anything. I feel like we're coaching them like that, and it's not just Chiefs, but if you watch the attacking play of a lot of teams, you can tell with the Lana. To be honest, you could even say that about Sundowns. For as thrilling as they are off the ball and with all of their build-up and all of that stuff, Pambili, these past few games, they've been struggling, especially against the low block. I don't like Nzundwana on the left wing. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, not everybody can be Themba Zwane and be able to make the right decision all the time in the box. Because sometimes you watch our play, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Sundowns has 9 players right on the box of Richards Bay. 9 players. That's how much they don't rate Richards Bay. But also, you have to have a threat in order to be rated. Look, now he's popping up on the left-hand side. There's too much free roll in this team, man. There's too much free roll in this team. What has Zwane done? Hardly plays, says Manelisi. Nduguzabo says we need something like this. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. I'm pushing. Awuti Kutsa says, trust me, OT, they are coached to play this nonsense. But you get what I mean? Get nonsense, man. You're right. Get nonsense. Are the tactics that bad? That, man, I don't get it. Stellies are wasteful. Could have been 2 up already, says ADL. Oh, Mazet. If I'm late, and it is keeper. Now it's still 0-0 in both matches. It's still 0-0 in both matches. We're watching both matches today. Stellenbosch need to score, because if they don't score, Chiefs is gonna steal it. Chiefs is gonna steal it, and it's gonna be sad. Can Chiefs just regenerate? Can Chiefs just regenerate everything? Do technical team, management, everything says okay, so Zarel says, I'm here now, they're gonna score 2 goals. But you guys compared Zwane to Doctor to the point of rating him here. No. It was talking about GOATs, guys. GOATs. Who are the GOATs? We spoke, Benny McCarthy was in that conversation. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. There were people who were in that conversation. It was about who is the greatest player. For me, I don't think Themba Zwane and Dr. Kumalo do 2 different things on the pitch. You can't have a direct comparison, but in terms of greatness and impact of a team, my just basic point was that Themba Zwane, when everything is said and done, okay, he's got an AFL. He's hoping to win a Champions League. He's going to have a ton of leagues in his pocket, right? Bronze medal, AFCON. When all is said and done and you're looking at his stats and things in the GOAT conversation, I don't think he's that far away from Abu Doctor. In terms of GOAT, I don't know how many leagues Doctor won. I don't know how many times. Okay, we all know the AFCON win in 96. And then the question was, what are you basing that on? Like, what are you basing your vote for who's the greatest of all time? What are we basing it on, right? So I believe that was the comparison that was made, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. No, that wasn't what I'm saying, guys. It's not to say that that is right or wrong. I'm not making an argument. I'm just recapping what the conversation was that day. It wasn't necessarily comparing Doctor to Zwane player for player. It was to say in the GOAT conversation, when all things are said and done, when Themba Zwane's career is over, and you put them next to each other, and if not, what do you rank above? It's not to start anything, guys. It's not to start anything. It's a Champions League medal. You're starting again. I didn't start. You can't compare him to DC. He's not playing against the best Chiefs as Doctor was playing against. Why does the field always look too big for Kaizer Chiefs? Do you know what's crazy? ADL. What's crazy for me when I'm watching Kaizer Chiefs? Kaizer Chiefs is the most interesting team to watch because when they need to be close to pass each other, they're far away. Right? Like they're all over the pitch. They stretch, they're gone, they're far away from each other, right? It looks like there's nobody who can come and support. When now they don't have the ball and they're doing something else, they all come closer to each other. So it's like it's simultaneously there's players available, but they're not doing anything. But then when you need them, they're unavailable and you wonder what whoopie. It's the weirdest thing. You know, when you play out from the back, you expect your midfielders to tuck in or come in and create options and create triangles. That's not there, right? But then when it's tibang, you've got 7 players in the same area. As soon as we win the ball back, they all vacate. It's the weirdest thing when I'm watching Kaizer Chiefs. It's one of the weirdest things for me. Anyway, free kick to Kaizer Chiefs. Just at the top of the box. Just at the top of Stellenbosch's box. Guys, why is Sundowns playing on the wing? Oh, why is Sundowns playing on the wing? Let's see if we can get our lucky goal and go live our lives. Oh, AB. Is that AB? I'm seeing AB sitting with Ronwen. My fave, AB. Okay, M2, you're stepping up. I feel like we put so much pressure on these kids, man. That Mdu has to be like a savior for Kaizer Chiefs. No Duba has to be a savior for Kaizer Chiefs. Hardly plays instead of creating structure around them so that they can grow into a structure. I see Obas is more Mokwena role than the Zungu role. Oh, Richard Bay. Mara Sundowns. Hey, this build up your Sundowns. Oh, deflected wide. Deflected wide from Chavalal. The build up play from Sundowns. I guess it's the new tactic. Because if you look at the front players in the past few games, maybe not so much in the younger game, but in the past few games, Sundowns is 3 players that line up as strikers. I don't know if that's the move, man. I don't know if that's the move. They're all waiting for a ball. Look, everybody's running to the box waiting for a ball. And if that ball comes, who is meant to header that ball? Matthews, Martinez, Serino. One of them are going to header. Guys. So now not taking them on. Marawa kutso. Get trained, man. Get trained. He tried to take the ball, but he's running direct. Okay. Yes, Stellenbosch come again. This time going up the right-hand side. Bad pass. Okay, Van Beek. If Van Beek comes on, it's over for Chiefs. We'll be watching Kukun in Cape Town City. It's 1-1. Unrest is too much. Kuseli says, guys, Chiefs matter. It's ritual. It's not a joke. Abasabeli Kaizer. Shika says they're old enough to carry pressure. They're playing for a big team. Imagine Yamal at 16 years. I get you, but isn't Yamal playing in a team that has a structure that can carry him too? Because if we say Yamal, actually, I want to do this. Let me look at this Barcelona team. Because I think my point is that Yamal is not carrying a dead team. But I want to make sure. So Barcelona played Mallorca on the 8th, ne? I just want to check the starting lineup. You see, like, you have your Cancelos, you have your Testigans, your Gundigans, your Joao Felixes. You have guys around him that are good. Like, I don't think this is a problem if Duduzi is playing with players that are also playing good or, good, very good. You have those type of players. I don't think that becomes an issue, and not necessarily in terms of results. But if you look at Umdu right now, Umdu is meant to be carrying this team. He has hardly featured this year, was benched for most of the year. Uduba has just come in. You have hardly seen him this year. Stebe was out for a very long time as well, not playing. Mtetwa was also a bench player in this team, right? Modi is on and off. Santi is on and off. Dove is usually too busy playing Tibang in order to do anything. Quinika is not going to give you much. Okay, Msimango tries hard, but the point I'm making is that I don't think we have the level of players around him where he can grow, right? That's my argument here. It's not that he shouldn't be carrying the team and all that. It's that, how do I put this team on the shoulders of these guys and expect them to be saviors when we know their level and we know that there is developing that needs to be done? Oh, there was a pass there. Stellenbosch. There was a pass there. Reyners was asking for it. You could have played it across. Oh, there's a FIFA pass that could have been played right there. There's a FIFA pass. Oh, sorry, EAFC pass that could be played right into that corridor. Oh. Still 0-0 in both games. Still 0-0 in both games as it stands. But your money is the only solution for Kaizer Chiefs. Money is not the problem at Kaizer Chiefs. I don't think Kaizer Chiefs struggles with money. Or at the very least, I don't think Kaizer Chiefs' money situation is worse than, say, 13 other teams in the league. So money is not the thing that will change Kaizer Chiefs, to be honest with you. I think Kaizer Chiefs needs an attitude change, but hey, that's a different story. That's the problem with comparing them with European youngster, an 18-year-old in Europe. Agent, please make that point again. It's a point that you've made before, that you can't compare a 16-year-old from here with a 16-year-old from that side, because their development, their skills, what they've been taught, all of that stuff rivals 25-year-olds here. Barker can play with 10 men. Gegetso says Chiefs has 80% average players with a terrible technical team and even worse management. Gubilapa says Gegetso. If Kaizer Chiefs don't, they have to smash and grab this. They have to smash and grab this game. Stellenbosch has wasted too many opportunities. Too many opportunities. Why are you going wide? There's an inside pass. Guys, I swear, South African players don't look up. They don't know how to look up, or they don't know how to check where other players are on the pitch. I swear. Umuntu yajiga and goes back into trouble when you could have turned around and played a ball into space. Shot. I swear, guys. It's never a money issue at Chiefs, it's a control issue. Thank you, Kiketso. I'll tell you up. MJ says money is not the problem at Kaizer Chiefs, but the management is. Imagine paying to watch this kind of passes, right? Mr. Otien, the overthinkers, likai, ow, tabang, retik, likai kamo. Akhi. There's nothing exciting happening in both games. What I will say is that Stellenbosch has had chances. Our defense is sleeping. Make the run. Don't wait. You're on a counter. You're on a counter. Ball breaks free. You've won the ball back. You're on a counter. Instead of running in behind the defenders, you stop and wait for the ball to get. Yo, guys. Turn. Ooh, decision making. Oh, Duba, I know you knew, my boy. It's fine. You'll catch up. But decision making. Yo. I like the way Patwa is stressed. Maramazetting. Patwa is stressed because I'm looking at this thing. And there's just basic decisions, man. Just, I'm not decision, not basic. Our players. Oh. Look at Sundowns. It's a low block. You're going to face low blocks all season long. Drag them out of position, then drag them out of position. Change sides, drag them out of position. Okay, guys, so I don't agree with you. Those youngsters, which are 20 years, are they playing against European quality? I would argue that the problem is that you're not developing them properly. I think there's two different issues. If somebody doesn't have the basics, the techniques, the learning that had been done by these players by the time they are 16, you can make them play against the top quality players as much as you want. But I think the difference is that on the basic, they're better better equipped when they start playing, you know. But then to your point as well, these kids get to play against top quality guys. Breaking into Barcelona is not easy. I'd imagine getting into Barcelona as a 16-year-old, the first team, I don't believe it's easy. So you have to have something. And of course, again, the people around you are also really good players. So you're not asked to take the whole load, you know, to carry that whole load. But I will still die on this hill that development-wise, I think our players got something with development. Bakwazi ukutrapha, bakwazi ukupasa, bakwazi ukuskena. When they get through to one-on-one situations, like for example, 45 on the left-hand side. Oh my word. Oh, Magwi Chiefs yona. Magwi Chiefs yona. Stellenbosch FC has scored. Left-hand side again. How many times are we going to preach? The left-hand side of our... Yo, look at the run made right next to Sand. No help. Look at the run made. Where was Santi going when your man is right behind you? Where are you going? As an experienced person, where are you going? Why must Dove move all the way across to come cover you? Hi, guys. Right on half time. Yo, guys, I'm so... Titus scores the first goal of the game. Right on halftime. There we go. Halftime, guys. Please remember that you can join, but you have to be following me in order to jump in, and we can have a conversation. I'm gonna split it in two. I'm gonna ask the guys that want to speak for Chiefs to speak about Chiefs to start, and then I'll do one round of 4 people, and then 4 people for the Sundowns game. But it is halftime in the Chiefs game, and I believe in the Sundowns game I am behind. Oh, now you want to draw on boards. Yeah, now you want to show us that you're coaching. Guys, Whoo-wee! Okay, let me see who's here, guys. It is open. Remember that you have to be following me in order to jump in. Guys, you can request. Bottom of the screen, there is the multi-guest button. Awunsundwana. 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 Awunsundwana ngama step over. Oh, we're still waiting for halftime in Sundowns' game. What's happening? Chiefs fans, aren't you guys jumping in to speak to me? Let's talk. Chiefs, Sundowns, whoever wants to speak, let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, Malume Kuzo, how are you?
Ngimnandi kunjani mfethu?
Nekile right up until.
Nansi kishe ukuthi Sundowns wabo.
Nchayele, what did you see from this Sundowns game?
Well, same old. Not much goal mouth action. Ngimnandi kunjani mfethu? Oh, someone is delayed. Are we on Supersport bayibitsang on the dstv app as well. That was extra delayed. Yeah, Sundowns, same old, Mr. Oti. I think they were experimenting, but then they got used to the state of playing where nothing really happens. Balchais. Well, I don't know if Balchais or they plan to just score one, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, this thing by trying, they need a striker, Mr. Oti, man. Yeah, they need Komila Barenke Shalulile or someone alike, you know what I mean? Someone who can just step the ball home. Or someone who khona go kenya Mkwebi from the 18-yard king, 18-yard line or center line. Kara, what they doing over and over and over. Kara, also that direction, man. Not speaking ill of them, but hey man, abasafani, man. Abasafani. I don't know. Maybe jealous, but I am not entertained by their style of play right now. And then
Isn't this
Richards
something that they
Bay,
have to look forward to? Because I'm seeing, I asked the question during the week during the weekend that is the chameleon now found out? Is it now not changing? It's not adapting. Now teams know pretty much how to not deal with it, but how to contain it to try get your point.
was there ever a chameleon? Because so long about that in day one, Mr. OT. And like respectfully, man, and this is not banter. It seems like the chameleon has a set of players more than it being a system for the whole team that all players can play. It seems like it suits Mokwena more. And other midfielders really struggle to keep up with the intensity and the high energy needed. When it's not Allen and Mokwena, the entire team suffers. You understand? I could be wrong, but it looks like it's not really a chameleon. It's just one system that can be played by specific players.
Okay, I'm gonna come back. Let me bring the Austin Tabi. Austin Tabi. Bara ateka. Team
o
now,
ti wa
I
tsore batho ba
change.
request o ntse o bona gore ma-Chiefs ha na puo o bone go nkile nako jwang before batho ba request a re na puo
Tshwanetse re bue. Akere that's why ba re etsa so. Ha re bue.
a re buile re kgathetse wa bona ha le today ka ye game ha re na puo re
Hey, Austin Tabi, bara ateka. Raibon the left hand side from minute 2. Mara ba change, aba adapti, aba it's next.
wa tsa ba re potlisa re weekend re shebeletse game e monate bo sekhukhuni ba etsa ntho tse ntle jwale ko re Chiefs yona e tla re silafaletsa ka life
Mara Austin Tabi.
o ti ha re na puo tlolla ma Sundowns a bue
Hi, okay. Re ke go tlogele ge Austin Tabi. Ka go tlogele re ke kenye Kumo. Welcome to the show, my brother. How are you?
Awesome, thank you. And how are you?
I'm good. Kumo, tell me, what did you think about this first half that you guys played?
My bruh. I'm starting to get worried with this team of mine. Honestly, we actually do need a striker because everything else we do well. One Kalohan. And the type of players that you always seem to get, I don't know, like they're always short. So it doesn't make sense for them to actually pass the ball for aerial what. But you know, if you're gonna stick to philosophy of South Africa as a whole in terms of like short passage and trying to be creative, because we have that in abundance. We have that in abundance. So I don't know what's happening. Or right now, we've used every excuse in the book. This is a B team. This is a new team. These teams don't have chemistry. Blah 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 blah. Again, because some people here, my parent fan, oh yeah, they still want to talk about Chiefs and Sundowns. Chameleon, it means adaptability. It's not a certain style of play.
Yeah.
Just so I should throw it out there. So I saw Hore on the bench. We've got young Mabena, and he's in fine from the MDC, and now that Bamtsere happy for the national team. Ne? Hopefully, when he comes in, he can give us a Campbell-esque performance, if not better one. Because right now, man, these people, I don't know, like, get push, man. So, like, we need more shots. Even though you white shot, try and just man. That's can take frustrating guy on.
Marakumo, on the point that you're making right now, you've got short, technically gifted players, but I'm seeing Cirino, Martinez, Lee Matthews lining up Karikiri striker. Kare, they're waiting for a cross. Surely, man, that's something that should have been looked at by rulani. Mara, who are we going to cross to, number one? But also, the strength of these players is not on the line of the defense.
I understand. Maybe he's thinking more their approach, it's not to be Makopa or your tall strikers, maybe because of we've got three, we can try this approach of these short passes and just be creative in the middle. On the other point, Kevin Johnson o furile batho a re Chiefs in a 3 naga 2 a.m. Majimanga too, because those are called witches hours. Lirle ritual and you still failing.
I told you, re, team ya muti, Leona, they're getting their tactics wrong now.
Batho ba kona churena na obsetse ka mapona ba tratra ka bolo still ho apala. Ai tlohelang.
Hey, Mara. Let me go to Prati. Prati, welcome to the show. Ushebile thing.
Wa tseba ke shebile ke tsinda go botsa gore ke shebile bolo gore ke shebile mo TV. Ke shebile channel e nngwe ba bitsa 202 mara ga ke tsebe gore a ke bolo or ke eng gore ga ke tlhaloganya straight ro di ntshang wetse.
We saw the same mistakes over and over again. Stellenbosch.
Guys, I met Chiefs bua nnete ba three ko na tshurena go jwa Chiefs fela go re ke go tshameka morabararo. Bafana ba tshwanetse ke ba etele straight ke go tlhola ko na tshurena gore something is wrong bua nnete ko rena nagana setse di bitsa Chiefs big team e tshamekang so ke matlhabisa ditlhomo ke tshaba le go ibeta bagotsi ba ka ba ko dinageng tse dingwe ko moseja kwa ke ba botsa gore ba shebe Chiefs because mo gona ya re sa sheba bolo mo gore ke bore ke go gore ke dipeni fela go sheba Chiefs ke go no itlisetsa peni fela gore se re tsofala re na le bo 20 ra tsofala meriri se Chiefs guys no I ke tsebe le gore ke go tlhalosetse ke re ke boneng ke ithutileng from this game ga gona nothing nka go tlhalose ga gona a ke kgone go analyze game o bua nnete Chiefs no guys and it tshwana fela le development ya teng go tshwana fela di-player tse di developileng le tsone di a fitlha di a promise batho go tshwana fela bona bo mo fiteng go Pirates kwa something is wrong with Chiefs guys no
This is how I know that Kubiba. I know when we can't even analyze the game. I know Kubiba.
Ziyakhala and loudspeaker and I connector off. I connector off. Ziyakhala manje. Ziyakhala manje.
Hey, Prati. Let me bring
with the OT.
Let me bring it territory. Which game are you watching?
Yes, sir.
Welcome.
Yeah, I'm watching the. Ay, ke shebile ka pelo mfethu. So setse pelo moya ai khalo tsamaile bro.
Hey Mara, what did you see from this first half? Hey Mara, Kubiba.
Mfethu, similar to the weekend game, where you wonder where football tactics has gone, you know. I mean, if you have players on the ground, they understand the formation, they understand how to play the ball, they never really execute anything. But for me, where's Zwane, man? Where's that young boy? You know, where's that young boy? That boy can string passes. He can create. He can shoot. He can, mark the ball. He knows. He's tactically disciplined. That boy, but where is he? Maybe we're seeing something different in the games. But I think the coach should know that you judge players based on what they give you in the games, not necessarily relying on the training every day.
But are we not
uh,
giving them
coming,
a free pass? Aren't we giving them a free pass, guys? It's what 22 games in, 22 games into the season, and we still don't know who plays where. We said from the beginning of the season that the left-hand side of Chiefs' defense, Kimbo Obo, no one has changed it. Johnson, guys.
That's why us as fans will always speculate that the coach is just there, someone is doing the coaching behind. We will always think that because the coach surely knows the strength of each and every player, but every game you watch the starting lineup and like, what is he doing? What is he doing? And also to say the team is not disciplined is an understatement, man. Like the team itself does not understand how to play with each other, does not understand how to play for each other, does not understand the system at all. Whichever system the coach is trying to bring, it doesn't look like there's discipline in the team, man. And
no, sorry about that.
I've watched a couple of Sundowns games recently, and one thing I would say about Sundowns is I see the supporters are complaining, but this is a trend for Sundowns. They start the season with quite a bang. They bang in the points, they bang in the goals, they get up top on the league. But this stage of the season, that's why they always get knocked out of CAF. But the difference between Rulani and Pitso is that Pitso was very adaptive in terms of gameplay. He understood which games to bring which players, but it doesn't seem like Rulani knows that. Rulani plays the game according to his mind and not necessarily according to the team he's playing against.
Okay.
So that seems to be where they start dipping in terms of their performance. But obviously Sundowns, we know technically they are sound. Whatever formation they play, they are sound. We know. But for the fans to be demanding a lot, they should already understand that by this time of the season, Sundowns starts dropping a bit. But hopefully that will not translate into CAF because we need Rulani out of Sundowns, so he must get that star. and hopefully another team will snatch him, But Mr. Uti, in terms of
for time,
yeah,
for
hopefully,
time,
but
dude.
yeah, for time, yeah. But with my team, I have no idea what's happening there. No
Prediction?
idea. Stellenbosch is gonna go 2-1 up, definitely. I don't see a way of winning the game.
But if it's a prediction, sorry for taking time, guys. It's been a long time since I spoke to Chiefs fans that spoke back to me. My team doesn't inspire anything. But if it's
I don't even think they spoke back, eh? No one touched it. Instead, someone went to school. Oh, wow. But anyway, I don't know, Mr. Otis, if maybe you're going to change Yana and there's a bit of edge about them, then they can grab something. But King Richards Bay is tightening up at the back. I don't understand why they think they have to tighten up at the back when they haven't been attacked as much. They should be getting in some bite up front. They could grab one, but with this approach, it might be a 1-0 there, 80th minute for Sundowns, 1-0, and then suddenly these ones, they give up all hope. Plus, they look tired already, and then it's a 2-0 case for Sundowns. If that doesn't happen, not Mr. Woodsy.
okay. Hey, how's it? How's it, Tabby? Scores it for ring.
Oh,
What's a fella?
Se re rapela hore re equalize, re share point, nothing else. Hoba Stellenbosch sona LT ke dumela hore goalnyana e one tla kena re tla etsa draw mara ke a ba tseba ba entswe tje Stellenbosch se tlo khutla se ba hampe se ka kenya another 2 goals.
Okay. Hey, Pilu, Kumo, what do you think is going to be the score after your game?
My heart is saying 2-0 to Sundowns, but my mind knows it's gonna be a draw.
And then Prati, prediction?
Nna go thata gore ke predict re ke re go bua nnete Stellenbosch ya go wina 2. Stellenbosch ya wina guys. The way re tsaka mokgwa re tshamekang ka teng aiwa Stellenbosch ke wina Chiefs ke team ya ka bat Stellenbosch ya wina. Sundowns ka mo le ke draw or ke win Sundowns.
Okay, I know. Thank you, Prati. Thank you to the people that joined me. If we can get to 15,000 likes, I'll open it up again. Just as an update for the other matches. Lindam Tambo has scored 2 goals in their match versus Cape Town City. That man is angry. That man is coming for everything. I don't know what happened to make him so angry, but it is what it is. Okay, this is how I view the 2 matches. I think Sundowns, where we give them credit for being Sundowns and playing well and doing all that stuff. You know, I always say you have to trust the pattern. And the pattern is telling me that Mamelodi Sundowns is struggling to score. I remember you guys having me when I was saying it earlier, and I was like, hey guys, remember uti koroma penalty, koroma ama free kick. But in terms of like out and out goals, it's becoming harder and harder for Mamelodi Sundowns to create those opportunities. And it's not to say that Sundowns, again, this is champagne issues. Sundowns will find a goal somewhere, Tebogo Mokwena will shoot, and it'll go in out of the blue, they'll take their 1-0 and they'll go home. But if you're watching them closely, the way they progress the ball and the way that they play up front seems to be a little bit of the issue. I know everybody's waiting for Themba Zwane to come back and do all of that, but also let's look at the tactics. Yes, teams are parking the bus. So when teams are parking the bus, does it make sense to go all the way up to their defensive line and then try pop a ball over into this much space? Does it make sense to cross balls when your strikers are all my height, when everybody's short, right? What are you looking to gain from that? Or is it Sundowns also starting to show that thing that PSL teams tend to show, where they are good and they play and they have the ball up until they need to make that final third thing, they get frustrated, they throw a ball in and hope something will happen, right? Sundowns' front three is lining up as strikers, and I'd imagine that if you were playing against a low block team, you would pull 2 of them back a little bit to add more numbers within the spaces. But if you're having guys having to win headers and run in behind and beat tall defenders, I don't know, man. I don't know. Find a striker there, right? Find out and out strikers and play them there. But it doesn't make sense to play the other guys there. In terms of Chiefs, Chiefs right now are being outplayed. Stellenbosch has attacked more than we've played. Stellenbosch are moving our defense left, right, and they're making them go all over the place. And for me, these are issues that we've known from the beginning of the season. I think I've told you guys from the beginning of the season that Santi and Dove is going to be an easy place to score, because Santi's defensive capabilities are questionable, plus he also likes to press forward. And when he presses forward, one of the center backs is put into a tough decision. And if it becomes Udove, it's going to be a tough time for Mosimane, simply. When we go forward, what is the technique? What is the tactic to score a goal at Kaizer Chiefs? I know I spoke about the Sundowns right now. But at least Sundowns progresses the ball. At least Sundowns plays the ball and gets into a situation where maybe something happens, right? Chiefs, on the other hand, there's no transition. There's no ball playing. There's no route one. There's nothing. We don't know what we're doing on a daily basis. We come out and you wonder what the plan is for this game. What is the plan? Patrice Motsepe is running as a left winger, even though he's a striker, but as a left winger, he can't take players on. They're making the wrong decisions. Umdu is exciting, but then exciting ends when he gets to the final third where he doesn't know what to do. Guys, it's so frustrating to watch this team because, as Upradi said, do they even train? Do they even train? Look at Stellenbosch. There's structure. There's Richards Bay offside. There's structure, there's a plan, there's runs. You can tell this thing was coached. With Chiefs, what do they do? What do they do? Modi shot, please. What can we trust from? Look, crossing to Dupree. That's what we have in our bag. So for me, I don't know, guys. For me, I don't know. I feel like this is put on as many players as you can, and inshallah, play the guys. Today we'll see Tebe play. It's going to be a roll of the dice. Tomorrow we might see. We're not going to see Zwani. Clearly, he doesn't want to play Zwani. We might see Njabulo Ngobo in midfield one day. The next day we might see Solomon's playing wing maybe. But if we were to say that there's a plan, we'd be lying. So I don't know what they do all day. I don't know what they do at practice. I don't know what they do at 2 a.m. practice. Apparently they had a 2 a.m. practice. I don't know what you're doing at 2 a.m. I don't know. Because Gafan, Njima Ebsugu, Njima during the day, same outcome. And guys, I know we also made so many excuses for our coaches. Yeah, he's new, he's just taken over. Yeah, this, yeah, that, Mara. I am seeing the same exact thing here. The same exact thing. Shawama back passing pela. Guys. But hopefully we get our lucky goal. Like I said, form isn't actually something that comes into these Stellenbosch games, if we're being 100% honest. Here we go. Danko. Oh. Play the ball. Stop posing, guys. You are losing 1-0. You did something good. Why pose at the end? Heban. Ooh, finally, we saw a 1-2. Tambo's playing as a striker now. The teams are parking the buses. Mtetwa still Ogs. Interesting, Sundowns is more goals than everybody else. Oh, no, I hear you, agent. Yeah, and you guys were on fire at some point. I'm just saying that recently, goals are not necessarily your thing. Unless teams fold, right? Unless teams are like, hey, it's fine. TP Mazembe 1-0 win. Chipa United 2-0 win. Maritzburg United 2-0. Yanga 0-0. Supersport 1-1. Is it that you guys are that good, or is it that the league now, Yoshem? That's why I said this is champagne problems. Get your one goal and live your life, guys. Get your own goal and live your life. Players must stop being selfish and add numbers in the box. Wrong decisions all the time, says Edmonds. Calvin says, no proper development, my brother. Then make a complete argument. Goals conceded because we scored more and conceded a lot. No, you didn't concede much. You guys don't concede. Pranko says, Kimbatata. Smawonke says, greetings, how are you? They must put in Vilakazi to showboat. Guys, there's no proper plan at Chiefs, and I doubt if we have a technical team, we play the same. Sam says they do train. Remember, they scored 2 goals against Pirates. My time Nkosiam. You see, you speak about these things, then timers freeze. Was I not supposed to mention the 2 a.m. thing? Guys, it's fine. I'll keep us up to date via the thing. My timer is frozen. Every time I go into Chiefs, I'll get a random restriction on my live. That will happen, but anyway. Yeah, they scored 2 and then what after that? That's my problem. They scored 2 because it was a derby and it's exciting. What do they do when it's not a derby? It's a combination of 3 things. Low block now, we conserve a lot of energy, so after scoring, we don't go for a second goal. Yeah, but get the first one. No, I think I'm questioning the quality of the first one. I'm questioning the quality of the goal that you're getting in some of these games. Oh, and then are those bet slips? What's going on? Here's a Chiefs fan. You started the bet slip. What's going on? Hey, but I can't pampir sa kana. Imagine wearing all your Chiefs gear to go to a Sundowns game, only to see your team losing, only to find out that your team is losing. Chiefs scored 3 goals this year. Chiefs will score even in this match. Let's hope, man. Let's get our lucky goal and then live our lives. Retlaring. Okay. Rablash Aleron. Guess that's the one good thing that has happened in this live. For me as a Chiefs fan. Okay, I just want to check. I want to see if we can get to that 15,000 and then I can open it up because I fear that I'm going to be complaining so much. I'm going to be complaining so much. So if we get to 15,000 likes, guys, I'll open it up and we can speak throughout the second half. Hey, Amate has no low block there. I don't see any securities at the stadium. Let's see. Both games. Probably Sundowns still versus Richards Bay. Richards Bay looks like they're going to sit back, and then the Chiefs is 1-0 down. Chiefs 1-0 down. Over there, Stellenbosch still 59 minutes in. Stellenbosch started very. Oh, interference. Is it better now, guys? Sorry about that. Is it better now? Am I back? Okay, there we go. My mic is now sensitive to a lot of things, so I've figured out what is happening with that one. But yeah, guys, let's like and let's see if I can't let you guys in and we can have a conversation. I'm probably gonna do it anyway because this Chiefs match is frustrating me. And Sundowns is not doing much better in terms of threatening on that side. Richards Bay is not going to attack Sundowns. We know that. Edmonds, thank you so much for the rose. Jiga, uniga bokuma, unigi mina. Frankie, thank you for the rose. Oh, Billy's coming on. Very interesting. In idiski times this week, there was a very interesting conversation that they interviewed Mokwena. And it seems like Sundowns is really looking after him. Seems like Sundowns is really trying to look after him. They sent him back to DDC to have some game time with the under-17s. He trains with the first team. He comes in. That's the structure I'm speaking about. Because at no point will Mokwena be asked to carry his Sundowns. That's what I mean when I say whether he's ready or not. At no point will Sundowns plug him in and say that it's up to you to go win us this game, or it's up to you to carry this team, or we don't have good players around you, or we don't have mentors for you, proper mentors. You know, that's how you develop a player. Uduba is going to get a cameo appearance here. He's going to play a couple of games, then he's going to disappear. Mark my words. Ushabalala was playing so many games last season. So many games. was sent back to DDC this year. Sometimes it didn't, sometimes it's not. We don't know the plan, right? You look at players like Abo Zwane. How many games does he have? Players like Abo Mashiane, the guys that show that there's no plan at Kaizer Chiefs. Abo Mashiane, right? So, guys, I don't know, man. Sundowns on the attack. Sundowns on the attack. Aye, man, we must call 10-1-1, man. Sip says Chiefs will win this game. Hey, I'm glad that you guys are hopeful. Now I just want, if we're gonna win, can we please just get our 2 lucky goals and live our lives, guys? And live our lives. But not Jimaka too happy, we'll see. Okay, Matthews, Esquivel, and Sereno are coming off the front line. In comes Neo Maema, Mendieta, and Lisiba Nku. Oh, sorry, I thought, did I get Billy wrong? Guys, tap the screen. If we can get to 15,000, I'll open it. And we can have the conversations. Right now, we're on 7.3. Oh, look at Chiefs. Oh, Nkosiam. Look at where Mteto was running next to... Oh, guys. Toby's got 2 men on him. No one is saying anything. Like, it's the basic, guys. The basic. That's what's killing me about this game. The basic. Offside, ref. Offside, man. You can't even score from a corner. I hope Maema plays well so he can make it for Friday. Will he play in the first team, guys? Will he play in the first team? Or are you saying that he must be available? Ah. That wasn't offside. That was not offside. But this game needs Zwane. And Mtembilu Zwane. Hopefully these 2 games off can help him, eh? Hey, leave me alone, Velil. I'm hoping. If he plays well, he will play. As a starter or off the bench? Ah. Now Van Veek. Now Van Veek. Yo, way. Gaga and Van Veek have come on, which means that Stellenbosch is going to defend a little bit now, and then they're going to hit us on the counter. Here comes Mamelodi Sundowns attacking one more time. Still looking for that pass. Still looking for that pass. Or maybe I'm crazy, guys. Maybe I'm crazy. If you play against a low block team, surely your friend in that situation is tighter passes. Like, surely though, your friend is coming closer together so that you could hopefully isolate a defender or move a defender out of position so you can create spaces. What I'm seeing here is that they get the ball, they move the ball, then when they get to the end, they're so far from each other that now you have to play some sort of magic pass. Machalai. You have to play some sort of magic pass over the top, or try find a pass through, or doing all that stuff. You get what I mean? Like, can't you just say, okay, guys, let's come together, and if it means tiki-takaring them to death until they move out of position, let's go do that. The problem is there's no space in behind, right? Because they're playing a low block, because you're taking so long to build up. By the time you play that long ball, the space between the goalkeeper and his line is small. Therefore, it's either the defense is going to win it first or the goalkeeper is going to go out and win it. And again, why do that when you have short players? But maybe we'll see. I don't know. Maybe the CAF Pro book is different. I don't know. The problem is shorter passes don't work, so we're trying to catch them as a surprise and hook it up. Sure, I guess, but what I'm saying is that the surprise is harder, I would believe. The surprise is way harder. Unless I can understand them, Sundowns, playing driven passes into the box, like proper driven, like the type of passes where if you make a mistake on it as a defender and hits your knee, it will go in. You make it, you touch it by mistake, it will fall somewhere. But these little floaters into a low block, I don't know if that works. Honestly, I don't know if that works. So I don't know how much of a surprise it is, if that makes sense. Because even numerically, you've got 4 or 5 defenders versus 3 Sundowns attackers. Already, numbers-wise, it's already hard. But then also physicality-wise, who's going to win that ball? Who's going to fight and win that ball? But let's see. Maybe Sundowns will do anything. If anything, I think this game goes down to like a Mbule shot and he scores from range. Something like that. Mara, I don't know, man. The way you guys are playing. Yeah, shorten it. Don't run away. Don't run away. Ooh, that's a Chiefs defense. That's a Chiefs midfield thing. Don't run away. Come. Drop in. Someone drop into the half space. Sundowns now is frustrating today. Mobile shoot it, guys. Maybe if they shoot it, something will happen. Chiefs is useless. Shem. Fans should ban Chiefs. Mteto is overrated. Better to watch Kaizer Chiefs. Give it to him for a shot. Give it to him for a shot. Honestly, I've even really stopped paying attention to Kaizer Chiefs because that one is even more frustrating. You must watch Chiefs with a box of grandpa. That's true. Like, do something different. Drive the ball into the box. Tum tum it, tum 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 tum, and then go for it. Coach Kano was watching Young. Oh, they just took out the guy. Chiefs is dead, Buffett and said, I really love the club, says Keketso. We all love it, guys. We all love it. But does it love us back? Okay, we're 1.7 away, 1.7 likes. I think the issue with Sundowns is that they train for 1,000 passes. Is it me or Mokwena plays a lot of games like Kekana? Yeah. I think he's one of the more important players at Sundowns. Oh, Sitens Kukunes Tutu. Oh, Gwinika came off. Are we seeing a kitchen sink? Chivavairo and Solomon's. Watch us not cross. We're not going to cross one ball. We're not going to cross one ball. Watch. Chivavairo is going to be on the pitch all that time. And I think this is where Stellenbosch becomes more dangerous. I don't think Stellenbosch is used to playing on the front foot. I don't think so. But they beat the Milford that beat us. They embarrassed Milford 6-1. So if Milford can beat us, surely lo shaya munye. Give me a cross, Solomons. Don't play the 1-2. Give me a cross. Cross it. Ranga is right there. And it's like, guys, Sundowns, we could give you Ranga Chivavero so you guys can have a point of reference up front, because I feel like we are having an issue not knowing how to use Ranga. And Ranga was on fire. Maybe at Sundowns he would do the business, at least in these type of games that you guys have, because Tina. Now your ref, Paltrow gives it to the Akilikeni. Oh, Mapena. Here comes Mapena, the young Mapena. Okay, that might be the kitchen sink. Set piece goal. Come on, Chiefs. Set piece goal. Let's go. Let's try it. Let's try it. I think the problem with this team, don't draw the RCB players closer and are lazy to read the game. But it's what I'm trying to say, that what's better? Is it better to play long balls into standing defenders who have the advantage of watching the ball coming in, right? Or to play the ball on the ground and hopefully drag someone out of position, make someone frustrated, if that makes sense. Make them frustrated. Like, you can only watch that many passes so many times. Maybe even take a couple of snapshots so that the defense has to go and react. Like, you force them to go react. But the way Sundowns is playing right now, I don't know, man. I don't know. Ooh, Chiefs is just playing now. They're just there. Play it! What? No, I give up. Our players don't look up. I give it to my banner there, hoping Chiefs will score. You're dreaming OT. It's just a lucky goal, man. Bule 3 times. We just been playing for a draw. Guys, what did we expect? What did you expect? Let's be honest. Most teams will play for a draw when they get there. Oh, it's 15. Okay, let me open. We got to 15,000 likes. Let me open up. Guys, remember, you have to be following me. Then you can request and jump in and we can have a conversation about whichever game you're watching. Hey, Sapchambe, how are you, my brother?
What's good, King?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Which game are you watching?
Pegele Sundowns.
Well, what are your thoughts, guy?
Nah, this definitely has to be one of the worst games I've watched this season, man.
Yeah.
Extremely disappointing how uninspired Sundowns is, lacking creativity going forward. But I do place some of the blame on Rulani. Having such a large squad I don't know if he has a plan for some of these boys. Yeah, man, it's really disappointing because, I mean, you can have a large squad, Joe, but match fitness and you're gonna need to have a core, right? And today he's clearly rested the core. And what we've seen today is the French players who are barely playing, man. Like Abo Mendy, Tauke Fedung in the second half, Abombule, Mashek, who hasn't played in a while, and it's not ticking, man. I think a lot of the signings may have been AI in Jayam, there might have been good intention behind it, especially the wing players, Abo Lisibangu, Masego. I even put Masego in that conversation where extremely fast players, but a South African player who's got speed but can't take on players, bro. Like our players who play on the wing can't take on, they can't eliminate. They don't eliminate. They play robotic. Yes, sometimes it looks beautiful, but in situations like this where you need to craft it and grind it out, you clearly see some of the inexperience that Rulani has. Like ngathi upusha inkani kancane, ngathi upusha inkani is very rigid to his ways of thinking, his Pep Guardiola way of thinking, and say Africa lanja yami. So sometimes udinga ukuphula umshini mfethu yabo.
Should alarm bells be ringing? Ngale ku Sundowns,
Definitely,
because there's been a
definitely, because
couple of
Sundowns has been
games that
playing
have
like
looked
this
like
for a
this.
while now.
Mm.
They've been playing like this for a few games, and it's very concerning. Konum Chita, when you opened it up earlier on, who said, no, Sundowns starts like a house on fire, and then later off in the season, they tailor off, and maybe you can attribute that to Uguti when other teams are still trying to get their chemistry going, Tinasas ready, yabo, Tinasas on, yabo. But as the season starts progressing and teams start being a bit more stubborn, there's that lack of creativity up front, man. There's that serious lack of creativity up front. You can't keep on crossing balls in, but in Bangan, and like, what kind of football is this for a South African, man? Like, this doesn't work in Mzansi all the time. You need to string those small Anyana passes, frustrate the opposition, make them come to you, lezo, base lezo. But Ebony Richards Bay is missile on is missile, and it's disappointing, man, seeing Sundowns play like this, because we have a game against Yanga, man, and Yanga's fast, bro. So, we've got slow build-ups, extremely slow build-ups, so frustrating,
Is that maybe the issue? Is that maybe the issue that it looks beautiful everywhere and it's passing and it's 1,000 passes and all of that stuff, but does Sundowns have that? Sometimes you need like the tip of the spear. That at the end of the
Sure.
day, when we get to the front, Bashaya saw.
Yeah. So mhlampe into esha much it is that South African mindset ukuthi you can do everything well in the pitch until you get to that final third. Because almost a goal. Because Amachita Mfethu, they can pass the ball all across the field until bafike kule final third. Bangathi baphelelwa ama-IDM, and bangathi that's the part they didn't practice, bangathi i-tactic engakhulunywanga ukuthi okay but mesifika phambili senza kanje bafethu. It's like they only concentrate ukuthi esisweni nasemuva kwenzakalani, and also I think these signings that we made have really disrupted the rhythm of the team. Yeah, the signings that we've made have really disrupted the rhythm of the team, where we're seeing someone like a Lodge, whose body language is saying, I'm not really focused on football right now. Like, you know what I mean, man? Like, Lodge shouldn't be starting right now, man. Even though Rulani mncane, but une disruption, nale ntwana le bayilanda yase-Argentina, usadinga isikhathi uku-adjusta. They're not really gelling into the system yet, and maybe after isikhathi ama-outs agcina azoba grand, but kwamanje, especially in a crucial time like this where iCAF siyibheke ngamehlo abovu mfethu, you need to have a consistent team. You need to have a solid team that okay, this is my 11 that I'm constantly going back to. But ngiyazibuza futhi nami, what was the plan with Matthews, considering this is only his first starts, Joe? He's only had, I think, 3 games, and he's still umfana lo. So it's like, I don't know what's the thinking behind some of these signings sometimes, unless these are like long-term signings that, when Abozwane eventually take a seat, then they have these people that they've been slowly teaching the system.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can really think of. These are long-term ideas, with the exception of Lodge,
Okay. I want to bring in Agent. Agent, let's try. I don't know. Are you at the stadium? Okay, you'll come in after. It's fine. You'll come in after. Let me bring in Butare.
How are you, brother? How are you?
How can I be? Hey, how can I be? Which game are you watching?
Look, for me, now I'm watching the Sundowns game, the Kaizer Chiefs game. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Nah. Oh, okay. The Kaizer Chiefs game is useless for me to watch, but with the Sundowns game, I feel ASAP is not fair to an extent. I feel like the way Sundowns is playing, it looks like they're reserving a lot of energy with them. It's not the Sundowns that we always know. So it looks like they're reserving a lot of energy. It could be because they know they have an important game coming in. The league, they know they've wrapped it up already. So I feel like there is that thing that we don't care about the league. Our focus is at the Champions League. Look at the stand, my guy. The stand, you can tell that Sundowns is ready for the Champions League, not the league. But as for Uloch, guys, Uloch, I don't remember ever seeing Lodge with that energy that I want to play soccer. He has always been this guy, man, that you can think he's not into the game. He's distracted. But I feel like we're just being too harsh on Uloj just because we know his life outside the game, his woman life. So those things affect or cloud us when we judge Uloj. But other than that, Sundowns is not playing the game that we should. The game is very slow. Yeah,
On that
today's
point,
games are boring.
on that point, I mean, if we look at the Sundowns, this is a completely new team. Surely, at some level, you'd even expect some of these players to be hungry. That I'm not a quote unquote first team player. We know the first team has been rested. They're sitting in the stands. There's a reason why they've been rested. Shouldn't we be seeing a little bit more from these players? Or is it a case that some of these players, man, don't have the match fitness required to do certain things?
I think it's the match fitness to do certain things. Also, it's the chemistry between them. They could have played before, but they've never played an official match together.
Yeah.
So it looks like Mvala is about to bleed. Sundowns will score. The snake is about to eat now.
Shambe, what do you have to say to Butlari's comments there?
No, mfethu ngiyamuzwa, but there is a danger in that, in saying we're trying to reserve energy. What energy are you trying to reserve on the second team? Because first of all, Njongobusha now, these are not the first team players, and they should be fighting tooth and nail to try to get their place in the first team. So it's a problem to say we're trying to reserve energy because first of all, humans are creatures of habits. You can't switch it on and off like that, especially at this point of the season where we need to make sure Utamachita match fit for ECAF, because what happens if we have 2 or 3 injuries going into the next round? So the players that are going to replace Lababagu first team, that means Abeko match fits enough, So we can't say reserve energy. We need to. The thing about being a great team is the pain that comes with it is you need to be top notch every single game, Joe. Like Noma Liverpool those boys fight. They go in
He's
because
gone.
they're fighting for their place in the team, Joe. So you need to be consistent. So I'll call off there. Let's take it easy. There's no such thing if you're trying to be the best team in Africa. I'm extremely worried about going into the Club World Cup, seeing how disjointed Sundowns is. Even if we do happen to win ICAF, which is looking rough, man. Even because Yanga's fast, Yanga's fast, Joe, and they can catch us off guard. Bashange away goal because askoranga kada. And so on. And then ayashabalala maphupho kanjalo, same thing njenga last season, and so on. So angincane le strategy. If that is the case, Akarula, angincane le strategy, because you're teaching these boys who would see their days where they can turn it off. And if you want to be the best team, you can't turn it off, dog. You have to maintain that consistency every day. That's why we are Shurulan would say, man, now these boys sacrifice times with their family because of the sacrifices that you need to make to be the greatest. There's no off day, Vince. Mofunuba the greatest. I planned.
So then, is this not the curse of a big team then? Is it not, as Agent likes to put it, he always says, it's the shorty blanket thing. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because you have this big team. If you play one set of players the whole time, you risk that when other guys have to step in, it's tough. But if you play the other guys, the risk might go the other way around with the chemistries.
But now the problem here, Mfethu, is even if I'm a cheat, Mfethu, don't have that match fitness, can you please at least show the desire? Like there hasn't been, for me, first half, even though Richards Bay sit back, they had the best two chances of the game with those two crosses that came in from the side, where the strikers just barely missed those, with just a little touch. Young So I'm not trying to be harsh on the Sundowns, man. Sundowns it's like I'm a big fan of this team, and they're the reason why I fell in love with local football again, because I saw meaning thing if it's efforts. You know, even if you're lacking tactical ability, but the efforts and the desire to put it all on the field for something that you love. That inspires me more than the talent that you have. Because at the end of the day, it's hard work beats talent when talent is hardly working. You know what I'm saying?
And I like the point you're making there, because I remember when I made the comment that maybe Sundowns should do like a hard split down the team and say, okay, this is the first team, this is the second team. Second team, we've got what, 3 games in 7 days. You're going to play 1 game, and then the other 2 will be played by the first team, right? Which I said would be cool in terms of having some players warm and having some players, obviously in the first team, getting their game time. Plus, the nice thing is that Sundowns doesn't have lesser quality games. It's league games. It's important games all the way around. So you're not gonna feel like it's a second team. But now, is having this first team and having fringe players that don't play something where it might influence the character of some of these players? Like that they know that there's an A team. They know they're not part of the A team, but then they come out and they do this. I mean, you would have thought they would be hungry.
Yeah, if that is the case, ukuthi character yamachita, that would be disappointing, man. Because the way mina ngibona ngakhona, the type of character that Sundowns signs is usually family men who are in serious relationships, who have something to lose. You know what I mean? It's not just Umchita that's out here, Biznama bad, who's just living for the moment. A lot of the players at Sundowns are people who are long-term mentality esque type of people. You know, family-orientated people who have with Ebra. I need to make sure my family eats for the long run, because you have my football career is not going to be long. You know, so but if that is the case, that's extremely disappointing. I would actually like to pose a question to you, if you don't mind.
Okay, no problem.
Regarding the signings that they've made, do you feel that they've been effective in any way? And if you are seeing a positive results that they're bringing, what would you rate them out of a 10? Besides the defensive players that they brought in have been really good.
I was gonna start
But
there.
yeah, no, young rope. I say Pambi. Defensive upline, but I say Pambi because it's thing among win at the end of the day.
I think, and it might be a little bit harsh, but I think that Mamelodi Sundowns has signed too much of the same player. So I think, okay, Ribeiro's a good signing. I think for Esquivel, we're not necessarily needed. I think Lodge adds on to Esquivel. I think there's what has been shown at Mamelodi Sundowns. Let me say it like this. What has been shown at Mamelodi Sundowns is that there seems to be really important positions, right, that they have not been able to find secondary players for. And it feels as though they've then overloaded everywhere else. I think Masego and Nku and Matthews, you could look at them as the same player. You could add Esquivel and Cirino. They look like the same player. You could, there's a lot of guys that there was no need to double up, if I can put it like that.
Yeah.
And that's what has happened. But the problem with Sundowns for me is that you have such a big squad, but they don't get opportunities enough to get to be good players. I think we're watching a lot of players who are playing bit part roles, and in those bit part roles, you can't catch a rhythm. You know, you're also playing with other bit part players. There's no chemistry there. You don't get a chance with the first team. So for me, I feel as though it's a mixture of you've signed players that you didn't necessarily need, but also you're not giving the guys adequate game time.
Yeah, man. Especially Matthews, man.
Rulani is not a fan of rotation. He said it a long time, and you see it. When players break into the first team, you play 8 games in a row. You know, you play 6 to 8 games in a row. Then the question then becomes, nalo umkhipile uhlezi for 6 to 8 games. What's going to happen when they get called in? So I don't know. I think maybe Sundowns, if they really want to do like the other big teams in the world, have your first team and play your first team and don't add too many people around them then. I think
Sure.
that's where teams lose it. I don't know if maybe that makes sense.
Sure, you're right. I agree with you. Where you're saying they've sort of signed a lot of the same player and have neglected the really crucial positions that make them tick. Where the Zwane position, the Allende position, the Mokwena position, that's where we tick. We don't necessarily take out wide, man. And because even Rulani says he's not a fan of going out wide, which confuses me because like then why sign machitanga atandugia out wide mfethu yangithola. You should be then looking to the Zwane of tomorrow, the Mokwena of tomorrow, the Allende of tomorrow, because now Mokwena bamfuna France. So vala kanjani la, mekavaya umshita uzwane he's gonna lose legs, man. So vala kanjani la. Alende maybe might also go overseas now. So sigcwalisa kanjani so sikhala leso.
Or have a different plan, and I know it's not as easy to do. It's not an easy thing to do to say that I'm going to have plans for all of my players. But I think in Sundowns' case, and I want to preface this, Snap, by saying, guys, it's champagne problems. These are champagne problems. Sundowns has pretty much wrapped up the league. Okay, Champions League is probably where it gets a little bit tough. But for the most part, what we are complaining about is not a team that is losing 5 games in a row, right? So I just want to say that beginning. All I'm saying for me is you've got so many players. I expect you to have a plan for those players. Whether it's for them to fit into that first team or whether it's for them to have their own team on the side where they can at least catch game time and keep warm, right? It frustrates me and it surprises me that a team like Sundowns, sometimes some of the players come on and you're like, I don't know why this player is still there, or I don't know why it doesn't seem like the team knows how to use them, and that's not Sundowns' MO usually.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, Ash Gunomfet like my comment section, not to we being harsh. And I think he's neglecting the fact that when you want to be the best, your cross is heavier than everyone else's. This is the price that you pay for wanting to be the best. Otherwise, then go be a mid-table team. You can say we're being harsh if it was Kakune, which is on form right now. But if you want to be the best, we have to be harsh because we can't deal with mediocrity, man. If we want to elevate our football, we can't deal with mediocrity. We need to. I don't think they would accept this in rugby. I don't think they would accept mediocrity in rugby, dog. I literally saw a video the other day. Yaga Rasi, la abiza ma player wakhe, ama frauds. You're all frauds. You call yourself rugby players, but you're not willing to die for your country. Imagine saying that to a South African player with this. You can't because they would emotionally break down and shut off. And by it's having just to distract their mind. We need to train these gents to be mental soldiers. We need warriors. So we won't go far with fragile players. We would sting amadoda aqini. Nago. Go.
I'm like a minute behind. I'm like a minute behind. Wait, let me see.
Hadi.
Let me see. I'm like a minute behind. Here it goes.
Hadi. Mid-ends.
I'm still waiting. Yes, 8 years TV stream. I'm still waiting. There we go, Mendieta. Okay.
But you
There's
see
the
how
one
they have to
goal.
win, dog. Do you see how they have to win? It's like, come on, it shouldn't be this hard.
There's the one goal. Hey, Mara. At least someone scored a header. I think.
Yeah.
After watching all those crosses, at least someone.
Yeah.
It's not the first time he's done this. Didn't he do this? Man, there was a game. I'm confusing him. I wanted to ask you, how much of this might be complacency?
It is. We definitely need We need Stellenbosch to be more consistent. We need Cape Town to be more consistent. We need Supersport to be more consistent. We need Eskukune now to be more consistent so that they can apply pressure. Sundowns doesn't have pressure, so they can relax, and it's going to affect them in the long run. Izobashaya in the long run, you know. These players, I think, are probably starting to take on that mentality, which no one can stop us in this country. But it's dangerous having that mentality.
I think the complacency question comes more from, but in idle hands are something of the devil, whatever. But basically, when you don't have challenges and you don't have all this stuff, you get to think and overthink and tinker and change and when you don't have out and out challenges like that. Could that be part of the issue, that maybe it's not necessarily that Sundowns is bad, but it's one of those situations where for at least 20, 25, 30 games in a season, they know that you don't need to do that much. I mean, look at this one. Played badly most of the game. Just a 1-0 goal, 3 points again, still unbeaten, right? It might behoove a coach like Rulani to then go, maybe let me try that plan again tomorrow.
But that's a problem, dog. That's a problem, dog. Because we have bigger ambitions than the PSL, Fitz.
Can I answer on that?
We saw what. Can I just answer a little bit, Fitz? So then I'll pass it to you, please. Just a little bit. I was just gonna say we saw what happened when we played in Congo, where we were not up to scratch, and that's because of the standard that we are used to in South Africa. We saw how we struggled in Tanzania, and that's because of the standard that we're used to in this country, So we need Amachita to be on their toes. We shouldn't be winning games we shouldn't be struggling like this against the Richards Bay, man. We shouldn't, man. Like Richards Bay is struggling, man. It's a bad team for its young son, and for a team that's number one on the log, we see idlale kanje against the team. No. But I'll pass it on to him, Feds.
Mutlari, you wanted to jump in there?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I wanted to say, look, I feel like we're being too harsh on Sundowns, and we don't face the reality of players being exhausted. It could be the first team. It could be the second team, which the players do not have the chemistry to play official games together. And I guess being a Sundowns team, we expect more from the team. We expect the team to do the unbelievable. But honestly, one thing I know about Sundowns, when the players are called upon, when the going gets hard, the players will deliver. So we could be crying with Richards Bay playing a clumsy 1-0. But let's be honest, these Sundowns players, you can go fight. You can go fight a battle with. You can go there and fight, and they'll fight for you as a coach. So I feel like we're being too hard. ASAP used an example of the Springbok. The Springbok went to win the World Cup, but they were terrible at certain games. In fact, the last 2 games, they were terrible. They won by a chance. The final, it was by God's grace that they won that final. But because they won the final, we don't discuss how terrible they were, how terrible were they on the final by winning by a chance on the final to win the World Cup. So those are the things that we forget as fans when we look at the club. But honestly, you can look at your Man City. Towards the end of the season, it's tough everywhere in the world. Teams tend to struggle. But when these teams are called upon, trust me, Sundowns will deliver. They might not, even if they don't win the Champions League, but rest assured, let's not be spoiled. Rest assured, these players, they know how to fight. Hey, they're not like my team in Naturena. Those ones are useless. I'm done with them. At some point, I stopped watching them. I think I'm going back to that. But look, I'm not going to talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs. Oh, the only thing I'll say about Kaizer Chiefs is Kevin Johnson might not finish the season. He would be very lucky if he finishes the season.
Hey, guys, it is what it is. Let me go to Agent. Agent, What did you think of the game? Now he's driving back, I'm sure. Kumo, what did you think of the game, my brother?
Ay, my bra. Ay, masengira yana, inhliziyo yami. My bra, a win is a win. It's been a long time since we have won. Now we're struggling against Richards Bay. Each
Let me just. Okay, there we go.
agent.
Hey, banna, agent, late.
No. Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Wait, I'll come back to you.
No,
I'll come
I
back to
wanted
you.
to.
I'll come back to you. Oh, yeah. Come on.
Yeah, as I was saying, man, another struggle against the Richards Bay, Ejelengi Chiefs, Royal AM. We can't even score. I mean, like, we literally had the best of the best playing against Richards Bay. Mara, then again, to be fair, I get the fighting of relationship. Maybe that's why they're strong. But anyway, get 3 points. My highlight of tonight was seeing my banner play almost the assist and we really shot on target. Operile ma South American. Even though the South Americans tactically they were better, but all that matters now getting shots on targets and taking your chances. So I wasn't really convinced in terms of the player Sundowns. So Mara a win we move.
Okay.
Hi.
Let me bring in
Now I
agent.
No, but I just wanted to defend myself. I think Botari did a good job of defending the Sundowns badge, you know. I just feel like sometimes I've been rushed. There's 11 players behind the ball, like 11 players behind the ball, you know. And you're playing in an 18 area. So you have 22 or maybe, let's say, 21 players there. It's sometimes an impossible job.
Yeah.
Sometimes with gracious and saying one, and that's it, you know. So I think what I wanted to say, I think just said all of it. But, yeah.
Okay. You must say signing off live from. He's gone. Let me go to Benny. Come on.
Bafo.
We won in the game.
Izolo ngithe mangibhizi ngikhuluma ngezinye indaba zokunye ibizwa bhizi ufaka labantu bakho ubhizi njalo ngakukhuza ngathi yekela nje manje ngikhulume bese ufaka abanye abantu abangekho na ku level and uzodwa wangena naye wakhuluma wathi mina ngikhuluma inhlabathi ngathi hey siyalinga kodwa ngishilo nje ukuthi cha ungabofaka abantu abangekho kulelo zinga lelo uwenze example so but yeah. Honestly, I don't know what's the mandate Calvin Johnson. As I've said, good is Calvin Johnson. Ubafanisa nabo Khalema Mutlandi. Mawunikiwe chance to a partner, you must make use of it. Hardly food. Don't compromise. So Calvin has been given a chance, but it seems like he doesn't have a dream to coach one of the biggest team and take it to another level. Because I think, I don't know what about the management, but I think he should have signed some players in January, but he was scared. And as always, as I'm saying, with he's not bold enough. He was supposed to say, I need this player, so that they can improve the playing pattern or playing style like Kaizer Chiefs to win games, and also create his chances of coaching Kaizer Chiefs for next season. But I think he's not, as I've said, he's not ambitious enough. I don't understand the type of football that Kaizer Chiefs was playing. I was watching it. It's Sundowns in mostly I've listened to the comment here. People were complaining, hey, it's not doing it. But the good thing about it, as I've said, it is Sundowns where you cannot say I'm a player, but they've made the job. They've got 3 points. They're done. You see, that's what champions are made of. You get your chance, regardless of the situation. You come, try make a play, and you come out victorious on it. That's what they did. Because you can never be too harsh, mostly about number of players that they've been playing together consistently. We know that rhythm it won't be, it will never be there. Even if you can change 5 players from the team, we know it won't be the same as the players that normally usually play together, like for all the games. So Yeah, I'm happy I isn't down. I knew it izowina lapha because that's what they always do. And you see, good man, this thing now it become a strategy, and coaches among my PSL they don't see it. First 10 games, you collect as much points as you can so that you know good, by the time you get into the next stage, the CAF Champions League, you'll have so many games that you still need to play. But at least catch up games under pressure so that you can be able to give other players a chance. See that this is how it's working for them. Because imagine, let's say if Sundowns was on neck with the Stellenbosch and the Supersport or the Cape Town City, who are trying to win the league. Surely today they were forced to play their best players. They'll be forced to play their best players today. We're wrong about this card, the luxury to test other players. They will be forced to play their best players, and so it will also affect them. But Masaba get a chance to win the first 10 game and open it gave now 15 points. I say as saying that
Okay, hey, velile. Sizokhuluma kahle leto kusasa. Sizokhuluma kahle leto kusasa.
and ungamathi ikhulume kusasa bese nabulaba kusasa vele bezokunye ke nabo ngoba uyabazi hey
No, futhi ayikusasa ngoba kusasa kudlala nina.
ngisho bona vele
Nina
lapha
kusasa.
ngeke ubheshe ngabo nabo labo hayi hayi ngeke ubheshe ngabo labo
Hey, bengicale ne-betting show ngizabona ukuthi ngithini ngawo.
okay baba.
Let me bring in, before being Xolan, guys, credit where credit is due, right? We've been criticizing Sundowns. Do you know what was good about this game? I said, kitchen sink. Rulani, if the players were not showing that they wanted to go win this game, Rulani might have showed that he wants to go win this game. The changes that he made were positive, effective, and if you notice, this is not the first time he's done something like this. He did it against Chiefs, for example, late on. We brought in Abomendieta, they started putting pressure, they started doing all of those things. At the very least, he shows that he still wants it. And at the very least, he shows that, at the end of the day, Mangifuni 3 points, I'll go find it. So credit where credit is due. That Sundowns remains unbeaten and they won this game. Xolani, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you?
I'm alright, I'll see you. Greetings to a panel in my comment section. How's it, my
We're
brother?
going to game. Ngangibuza ukuthi how's it?
Ah,
Ngangibuza uyazi ukuthi ngiyapeyinelwa right now, but it's fine. How did you see the game? Your game?
Okay, as khulume ngesandawana. Mr. Oti, if it wasn't for my team, bengizoshintsha channel. Like first half, it be boring, Mr. Oti. I don't want to lie. It's been like the same reason. Uti, no chemistry. We look disjointed. New team. Engatry ukudlala ndawonye. But ama subs, a coach, it shows Uti this game matters to him. He wanted 3 points by all cost, and highlights of the day was inclusion ga kampani omncane uMabhena. Yeah, because we really needed someone who like take people on and minus players, Mr. Otsi, because let the ball around because Richards Bay wasn't moving. Bezama ukuyisusa by changing like ball direction ball, but bebe stationary. So we needed abantu abazothatha ama players on, people like Uli Sibanku, although Uli Sibanku didn't give us that. And another thing, Mr. Otsi, Umendieta, even Stellenbosch was deadly when it comes to aerial balls. So Lel Kolal Shaile is like one of it's one of his specialties. Masa singasakwazi ukudlala like my passages. Sifake cross and he's a good finisher ngekhanda. But all in all, a friend of the show, Mr. Otsi, they did try. Had like coach, coach, had that coach, but like next time.
Hey, coach, maybe he'll come and tell us what was happening on that side. Let me bring it to Prati. Prati, Prati. Prati. Hey, Prati, ziawa.
Kira o thuse bra o thi ho lela.
How to
Ho thuse ho lela. Tota ko Chiefs I wish ka be ke le tsona ke kgona go tlhalosa gore go etsagetse mang na kora ka tlhogong e mara ko Chiefs kwa ke kgone go tlhalosa o tseba it's like ke nka ngwana wa 5 years ke re a re lebelele ditaba ngwana o bele o tlo go borega a ka se lebelele ditaba cause o tlo go borega kore game ya today a ke itse gore ke tlhalose ka tsela e ntseng jang gore nya Chiefs e tshamekile so ke bone team fela kore go tshamekiwa fela bo dipolisi go tabuwa all over kore ai guys something is wrong I think Chiefs e tshwanetse e lokise from development cause development gone kwa I don't think Chiefs e dira sentle. Look at Stellenbosch. Stellenbosch e dira sentle from development di-player tseo as re bua I'm sure Stellenbosch is number 2 or 3 ga ise ke check table mare go
Yeah, ke
go
number
top
2.
5 I guess
Ke number 2.
ke number
Ke number
2 ne
2.
yeah wa bona so ke tla go lebelela mare ke development ya Kaizer Chiefs ke bothata ke ntho tse re sa bueng ka tsone like bothata bo starta from development re ya ko di-scoutareng le gone re kore re bet go tlisiwa di-player bo Chivaviro yo guys bo ba re ke mang ntho wa ko ntle striker se sa ko ntle se
Oh,
sa go ba
Gonzalez.
re Gonzalez kore guys man bothata Chiefs na le bothata kore ha re tsebe re tlo go explain re Chiefs e tla dile yang a ke gape gompieno ebile first half ke lela ke re first half ne e bona gape go second half ne le west gore ke tle ka ikitla le gore ke tsa phone ya ka ke tsena mo Facebook ke a borega ke scrolla fela ke e ya tshameka kore ai khona ga no go thata man batho ba ko Chiefs na re o ka ba fitlhella jwa mara because I se gona ga se bophelo guys
Ba tlo re mamela re ba fitlhella, that's the problem. Ya re ka
ai
fitlhela
okay
ba tlo le taba.
mara ba uthi go thata wa go man ai khona kore bo nya a re ba fitlha re bua nnete fela re ra guys ga re sana team nna ke suggesta gore Chiefs bogolo next year guys player nngwe le nngwe e tshamekang mo Chiefs botlhe ba tsamaisiwe gore mang o good bo nkosi ke bo mang botlhe ba tsamaisiwe go start-iwe team e ntšha cause ha eyo ntho e re disrespectile go is enough guys no
Hai, okay,
hai
Prati.
re
Hey,
tla re nya team go le re builder Chiefs as team ya go buildiwa re build ka 1970 kwa next season tla be re ntse re nya re builder next season re builder next season re complain next season re gone ke go botsa re tla be ntse re lela ka coach nako ya season ke go fela tla be ntse re lela ka season re tla be ntse re lela ka coach guys man oh
Prati,
ai
ai. Hey, Prati, re ke kwale, Prati. Ai, re tla
ai
re.
kwale e
Re tla
kwale
ne
bra
re
uti
lla.
ai
Ai, no. Thank you, Prati. Ai, go tlo loka. Sometime in the future. Let me get one last person in. Maronza.
How are you?
Ai, don't ask me. Please leave me alone, Maronza. Please leave me alone.
Free to I call.
What did you see, Maronza? Which game were you watching?
I was watching two games actually. I was watching Sundowns and watching also Chiefs on TV. One I was watching on the phone. So but anyway.
Hey, what are your thoughts, Maronza? Please be gentle.
You know what, man? Ish. I don't know. PSL man. PSL standard man. For me, man. I think Sundowns rising their hand all the time, while the other teams are dropping their hands. I don't know what is happening, man. I don't know who's going to catch that Sundowns. Meaning bathakathi labantu ayingeke. Hayi mina
Sizawina
bathakathi
nathi,
labantu.
Maronza. Chimanga bo 2 Excel.
Ah. Chiefs will never change Chief. I don't know who's going to change it. I don't see anybody. Not even a single one. I was watching Chiefs on TV and I see the old thing actually. Old stuff. You go to halftime, 1-0 down, you come back, you make changes late. For what? For what? Some of the changes for late, for what? Come back with like
Mara Maronza,
I know Baba lo.
Nalaoma change. We've seen these things over and over again. I can tell you what's going to happen when Saile comes onto the pitch. They don't even do anything different.
I'm still saying June is coming. Chiefs must buy players. Simple as that. Simple as that. If they don't buy, we still sing the old song, like Congolese song all the time. The whole 3 years, another next 3 years will be seeing the very same thing. So June is coming. The Jaras need to change everything, buy new players, release few, not even few, 80%. Unhlati akahambe. You know, mina bengu-manager we-Chiefs. Uhlathi nakusasa nje bengivuka ngimhambise la inkomo. Yabona bathi inkomo, ukhuluma ngenkomo. Ukhuluma ngalo baba la inkomo. Futhi akusasomfana lo baba loya. Inkomo le nto leya. Abo they must live inkomo lezi zinto lezi. Yes, naku Pirates khona inkomo, but la ku Chiefs man is too much. Hey, la ku Chiefs ayinkomo lezi. Ay. Umuntu ongakhona utrap ibhola. Umuntu othi pass ibhola akhahlele ngaphandle ngathi pass crowd. Hayi bafita ngeke. Hey, ngeke. You know what? I'm full comment on the game. I don't want to comment about the game. You know what? You know what I love about Chiefs, ne? Why inside the Chiefs? Inside with the Chiefs, if you're a couple standard, it's a couple standard, super sport a couple standard. You know what? You have a better league. Hey, but man, one got drop. Ay, draw bonk. Ay, nale Sundowns wakhona le nenyoka le Sundowns inenyoka hayi ngeke.
Hayi Rosa.
Sundowns inenyoka man.
Ngela nyoka Sundowns please.
If team ekora ngama last minute njalo inenyoka man.
Nani
Sharp,
nani funa inyoka nani? Awu.
Or banesigubhu akhendlile bonke labafana laba yikho namhlanje amabhasi astakile lapha aphuma astaka kanjani hayi lafana la le team le lenyoka le team le angithandi nje angifuni ukuqamba ma ngithi ngiyayithanda iSanto ngithandi hey
noma banenyoka it's fine
even khona uthenga abo Manchester ngibalethela bengizoba sharp man
sharp Baronza. Oh, guys, so that's how it ends. Kaizer Chiefs lost 1-0. Sundowns got a last-minute winner versus Richards Bay to win the game. 1-0, that is how it stands. Mamelodi Sundowns still unbeaten. In fact, adding another win. That means that for the season, they've played 19 games, 15 wins, 4 draws, and 0 losses. 0 losses. More than halfway through the league season, and they still have games in hand because they've been playing in CAF Champions League, guys. Can we all just say that Mamelodi Sundowns have done it? They've won the league. Can we just, give it to them now? Postpone the matches that are coming. Let them go into the Champions League and go play. Forget about anything else. But yeah, look. Not a classic game from Mamelodi Sundowns. Not a classic attacking game either. Not a game where they created chances. But when the time came, you have to give them credit that Rulani made the changes that needed to be made. Rulani made some attacking changes, some kitchen sink changes to show that he wanted to win that game, and they won the game. I think that is the difference between Mamelodi Sundowns and a lot of teams in the league where you need to show me that you need to win the game. We watched Kaizer Chiefs go 1-0 down. Kaizer Chiefs go 1-0 down versus Stellenbosch, chasing the game in the first half. Well, to the end of the first half after making the same mistake for the whole of the first half on the left-hand side of that defense. And at no point did you feel as though that team wanted to go win that game. I see the tactics. I see all of the other stuff. There was nobody that showed that they wanted to go win that game. And when Sundowns was faced with the same exact problem, where their players did not seem like they wanted to go take on that Richards Bay team, his substitutions came on and they changed the game. How many substitutions can Chiefs make? Saile came on, Chivaviro came on. What change happened? Solomon's came on. What change happened? And here we sit with Mokwena, a 16, 17-year-old coming in. We had Mendieta coming in. We saw them start attacking. We saw them start changing the game. Where did we see that with the Kaizer Chiefs tonight? Did we see that at all? But anyway, guys, I don't want to spend too much time on, guys. Thank you so much for those joining me. Thank you to those that sent gifts. Thank you to those that were in the comment section. Thank you to those that jumped on and spoke to me. Guys, we're going to be live again tomorrow for the Orlando Pirates match, 7:30. It will be a watch along. Please join me. And also, guys, I have content that I put out. Please support me there. If you have not followed, please follow. Outside of the watch alongs, we also do a normal show Monday to Thursday at 7 p.m. and Fridays at 12:30. Then obviously watch-alongs of the big three, Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns, and Bafana and Banyana as well. On Friday, Banyana is going to be playing versus Nigeria for a qualifier for the Olympics, and then Sundowns will be playing at 8 p.m. in the second leg of the quarterfinal for the Champions League. We will be here. I will be here for that game, and we can watch it together. Please go onto YouTube and watch all of the previous episodes. We've had other discussions that were incredible outside of the watch-alongs. You can also watch the watch-alongs as well. If you want to see us Chiefs fans crying, I believe there's a long catalog of us crying there on YouTube. So that is available there too. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 7:30. Follow if you have not followed, man.